just gonna write a message in chat. Happy full moon. Okay, let's see if I can see this on my screen. Sorry guys, just trying to get the, there we go. Okay, I can see chat now, yay, thank you. So yeah, I'm always a few minutes just getting used to this technical stuff. So, it's intense guys, it is the full moon, full moon in Libra, eclipse. Okay, so I don't know how anyone else has been feeling, but it has been really, really intense. Whew, I need to take a deep breath when I'm saying it. So I did spend a little bit of time earlier. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, guys, looking radiant right now. You should have seen me this morning. I had to have 4 extra hours in bed. I was literally going around like a zombie, super tired. Like, it just, you know when you hit that wave of just like tiredness over you, and it was really difficult to just like get the energy. But I do sometimes feel that on a full moon the energy kind of kicks in like later in the day. So I am literally, as I said, I wrote out a couple of pages of notes because I wanted to just, you know, go through different things with you. So I'm just going to kind of talk about the energy of today's full moon and the eclipse, and then we're going to go into obviously celebrating our moon time and what that also means for those of you that are actually having your moon time on the full moon cycle, because I feel like over the last couple of years of having this channel, that has been online, seems to be one of the most like popular moon cycles that women are connecting with at the moment. So I just kind of felt like, and let's just do it on the full moon. Do you know what I mean? Because no matter when you have your cycle, it's still good to know about embracing that and celebrating it. And it's just connecting to, you know, our divine feminine energy. And I think it's really nice to come together as women and to connect no matter where you are in the world. But it's just so nice to kind of like share that energy. I mean, I would love to do this in person, but I feel like there's so many people in all different places of the world. I guess this just gives me this platform to be able to do that. And then towards the end as well, then I will do some little mini readings for those of you that may want one, just to give you some guidance as well for the month ahead, or a particular area of your life that you may be needing that in. So obviously full moons are a great time to work on releasing, especially when it's powered with the eclipse energy as well, because whether you like it or not, the universe will be really getting you to kind of tune into what you've got to release. Like, that's going to be a huge theme. So I always suggest on a full moon anyway, just to like have your pen and paper and to write a list and kind of feel into what's coming up for you, what you want to release from your life to help you like moving forwards. And obviously in theme with the red moon cycle, this full moon cycle, celebrating that, I have kind of gone for like a kind of reddy pink theme, and I find it really great just to embrace color as well. So you're at home, you might just want to get a blanket, get some candles, your crystals, just get yourself set up and comfortable. So let's get into this. Okay, so we have this full moon eclipse in Libra, which is a really intense time. It is all about a focus on endings, conclusions, and also a big focus on your relationships, because Libra is the sign of relationships. Okay, and that can be relationships with others, but also the relationship with yourself. So looking at what kind of relationship do you have with yourself. And it is also about finding a balance. So finding that balance in your own life and maybe as well in relationships, and looking at what needs a little bit more balancing too. So when an eclipse comes up, so in this case, it's a lunar eclipse. So this will basically intensify the energy of the full moon. So, and time between eclipses is really powerful as well. And I don't know about anyone else, But has anyone actually seen the full moon this evening? Or depending on where you are in the world, like time-wise, I know might alter, but here in the UK it's evening time, and I didn't see it tonight. I saw it last night, but they say on a lunar eclipse it might have a slight red tinge actually, or a pinky kind of tinge to that. So if you see it, let me know, because I'm gonna have to run to the window and just get a glimpse of the moon, or I'm hoping at least I'm gonna see it later. So yeah, it's a really great time for letting go of things that aren't serving you, and it's also a really powerful portal and a time for change and transformation. They will be the themes at this kind of point, okay? And the biggest thing, me personally, I want to work on releasing at the moment in my life, which is the theme that's coming up a lot and I'm feeling it, is fear, okay? Because fear really consumes, and it really takes so much energy, and there's quite a few things, you know, I might find myself being fearful of, but I know that it's also blocking me from reaching, you know, my full potential. Whether it's, you know, fear of what people think, fear of trying something new, fear of making a change. There's so many, you know what I mean, different ways fear shows up. But that's just one thing I know myself came up as a theme when I was journaling this earlier. So you can also share in comments if you want anything that you maybe find is coming up for yourself, that you feel like you want to kind of let go of or release, you know. So yeah, journaling can be really helpful with that. Also, because we're having such strong energies coming in, time in nature as well is really important to kind of ground these strong energies, as it really can leave us feeling, you know, a bit out of sorts and just a bit, you know, even feeling unstable or more emotional at this time, just maybe not our full selves. And then if you've got that tying in, like building up to this energy as well, and you've got that in like your premenstrual phase, then like with myself, it's like you just have these feelings of, I don't know, the lethargicness, you know, being tired all the time and just needing to rest more. And it really is, when I say it, it's like you have one foot in the earth realm and then you're literally so connected with the spirit realm. So it is also a really, you know, heightened time for like your intuition and your inner guidance that will come through, your psychic abilities and your messages as well. So really pay attention to those, or thoughts or feelings you might get at this time, because they will be super important too. So as I said with the tiredness thing, like I had to spend like an extra 4 hours in bed earlier, and then I felt like I slept through most of the day, or I was just like in a trance, kind of like with time passing or feeling super tired. So, you know, feel into it yourself, and see how the energy is feeling for you. But it's really important as well to just honor your body, honor what your body is telling you to do. So if that's rest, you know, you got to listen to yourself. I also, yeah, I felt quite a bit of weakness, I think, too. And it's definitely also a time of your energy being more inwards and focusing on yourself, okay? That's 100% a thing when you're in your premenstrual phase, going into your menstruation phase, is like your energy will definitely be focused more on yourself, not so much on outward energy, so like the outward world, other people. It's definitely a time of you, and that is kind of what ties into that celebration too, because it's celebrating you and yourself and what's important for you. So during this lunar eclipse as well, the universe is really pushing you to let go of what is not good for us. So see how that shows up in your life, but be prepared that dramatic endings may also occur, okay? It's not unknown at this epic time of an eclipse and a full moon that dramatic endings or huge revelations, things can just play out and be like, whoa. And then the beginning of the month as well, in April, from the 1st, we are also going to be in a Mercury retrograde. Oh my God, just so much energetically going on. So that Mercury is the planet of communication, and that's just going to go backwards. So it's going to make things a lot harder to kind of, you know, deal with. So guys, brace yourselves. But it is also a really good time to focus on healing old wounds so you can grow and evolve as well. So for example, I always try and honor it when I see the moon out, and a lot of evenings I do this. Yeah, I just saw that, plus the retrograde thing too. Yeah, so it's like if we haven't kind of like let go of what we've needed to in this kind of time now and this next week, what will happen then is when the retrograde happens, it'll like things will almost go a bit backwards or come back up. The universe has a habit of doing this. I can relate to this personally in the past, but when I haven't like let go of things or left situations, it's like the universe really will keep pushing you and the lessons just get more and more painful until you surrender to it and be like, right, okay, I've had multiple warnings, I kind of need to learn my lesson now. Yep, it is definitely a wild ride and such a time to be alive. Do you know what? It's so true, because I was thinking about that recently and I just thought in my head, and I was like, when you look back on like history and how many thousands of years like civilization existed before us, and you think, whoa, what were humans thinking back then versus where am I at now? Like, it was a really crazy thought, to be honest. But yeah, last night I did my moon bathing, guys. Don't know if anyone else does it, but I literally just put my yoga mat out. I open my curtains and I look up at the sky, and like the moon is literally shining through. And I felt it yesterday, and I just felt this like energy come over me, to be honest, and it just felt like really tense, and I could feel like behind my face and my body just like all this emotion and like tears that just wanted to come out. Like I just genuinely felt really sad and quite low, and I was like, oh my god, like you know when you want to cry and then sometimes it's really hard to actually let that emotion out. And I was trying to look at it like, what was the block? But then I did some of my like yoga stretches and hip stretches too, and that kind of like, when I do that, it does help me surrender a bit more into just allowing the emotions out, instead of, you know, watching something on my iPad or scrolling on something or distracting myself or eating. You know, sometimes when we just make ourselves be present, that is even quite powerful. So yeah, I had a little cry last night, and then I had like 5-6 different dreams. Like it was super intense, like, and I always write notes of my dreams every night. I mean, I know not everyone is such a dreamer. Sometimes I think it's just me with the way mine are so intense, but especially at these times with the moon, like you're going to be getting loads of guidance come through. So with this theme of today's video, it's about celebrating ourselves and embracing our moon time, okay? And this is a sacred time every month as women where we have our periods. So no matter which moon cycle you align currently with, it's about embracing that. And I get it a lot sometimes on the videos I've done. Yeah, the energy release definitely was needed. But yeah, people are like, oh, it's no good I'm aligning with this moon cycle, or is it good because I'm aligning with this one? Or you know what I mean? They seem to think they should only be aligning with a certain moon cycle. I definitely sense a bit of confusion that comes up around that. And I want to say this. So if you're watching live or if you watch this replay back, it doesn't matter if you bleed with a full moon, a new moon, a waxing moon, or a waning moon, okay? That is nature. Nature will naturally happen for you, and look at it when your period comes, whatever moon cycle you align with, there will be some type of theme, and that'll be based on the energies of what you're going through in your life at that time. For example, you might be going through a time of wanting to birth a child, or a project, or create something new. Or maybe you're going to be going through a time of spiritual growth. You might be going through a time of healing. Maybe you're in your life, you're actively being of service and helping others, or your community, or you're healing and helping others. So and that can ebb, flow and change, you know, throughout our lives. So you may not just have your moon's time at every cycle every month. It may change a little bit, but there is no right or wrong. There's factors based on more of a modern lifestyle and exposure to technology, blue light, more lighting anyway, that can affect, you know, our hormones and our sleep patterns. So there are some things that affect it, but guys, don't worry, there's not a right or wrong. It'll be where you're having your moon time. So my kind of theme at the moment is just wanting to help and empower others on their journey, their healing journeys, and just connecting back to yourself as women. And because, you know, probably for so many of us, there's like, we see it as like a negative time of the month, or the modern lifestyle maybe doesn't support the slower pace we need to take, but it's about reconnecting back to ourselves and empowering ourselves. And it's, yeah, So online, it definitely appeared to me that the full moon cycle, aka also known as the red moon cycle, is most popular. Based on the videos I've done and the information that I've put out, the red moon cycle, so this full moon, does seem to be most popular for women at the moment. So I'm just going to go into like explaining a little bit about this cycle. But also, I have done around 30 something videos under menstrual cycle playlist. So if this is an area that interests you or you want to learn more about, definitely check out that playlist and watch all the different videos. So all the different moon cycles, and then I've done even like the season cycles, so like premenstrual been your autumn, menstruation been your winter season, ovulation been your summer. I've literally put out so much information and I really hope it does help, so check those out. But this particular moon cycle, so if this is you, okay, let me just have a sip of water. So in general then, the general kind of theme to this, so, you know, take it with a bit of a pinch of salt and then see how it kind of like applies to your life. But generally the theme around when you menstruate with a full moon, this will basically be that your energy at the moment is more outwardly focused. So you have more of an outward energy in general that's focused on whether that be helping or healing or empowering others in your life, in your community. So your feminine energies are not so focused on birthing projects or children. It's focused, you know, on and associated with empowering others, having wisdom, sharing your creative energies out into the world and with those around you. So like with myself, I definitely agree with that, because that is where I'm at more now at the moment, is like helping and empowering others. And yes, my energy is definitely more outwardly focused at the moment. I'm not, you know, there are creative projects like I'm trying to work on, maybe shying away from a little bit, but they're kind of like in the process, but that's not exactly what I'm doing at the moment. So I should imagine, give or take, in a couple of months when I decide, hey, that book I should be writing, I'm gonna go back to doing that, my moon cycle will probably change because my energy therefore has changed a bit. So that is like a general theme, but that will show up, you know, a bit differently for different people. So with that being the most popular that I'm seeing online, I should imagine, and I think on one of the videos on my channel, you see there's a couple of hundred comments, and the women generally are agreeing that that is that kind of theme, like their energy is more outwardly focused. So yeah, and also that you might not be looking to get pregnant at that time. So it's not to say you can't get pregnant at this time, but just generally in your life, your energy is probably more outwardly focused, that you probably wouldn't be focused on wanting to be pregnant at this point. But yeah, we can definitely as well, because of it being a full moon, feel a lot more emotional. Because just like the moon, it affects water, and we are majority water. So we can, some of us like myself, who's just super sensitive, I actually swell up a little bit. So that's why I try not to like weigh myself or things like that around a full moon. Like my bloating, I feel it in my clothes and my face, everything I always feel is more swollen and bloated at a full moon. And also emotions, depending I think on how grounded you are and how much like healing work to be done, or also just what is going on in your life at the moment, because sometimes we'll go through phases where, do you know what, there's probably not loads of emotional stuff going on for us, like maybe we're at quite a stable kind of point in our life. Whereas if someone's maybe going through like relationship difficulties or problems like with their family or their kids, like that could be more of an emotional point for them. So again, full moon impacts all of that. So as well, if we've been suppressing stuff, the bloating can also be related to emotions or pain that have been suppressed and are coming up for healing, okay? So there's two kind of ways to look at that. And also as well, like a really kind of big theme and question will be, you know, do you accept or reject your monthly cycle, okay? Because that, I think as women, we have to be really deep and honest with ourselves. And I think I spent a lot of my life rejecting it, or just seeing it as some kind of like burden, just some kind of hassle, something I didn't actually really know much about. And then the last couple of years of being on my healing journey, it's like, do you know what? Now I'm like, I accept that, but I feel like it's hard in the kind of world we're in sometimes, or I do feel sorry for people that, you know, like with work or family, and they don't get as much time for themselves. So like, you know, if I was Prime Minister, guys, just to add a little humour in here, women would get 7 days off every month that they would need for their menstrual cycle. But that just shows the world we're in isn't in favour of us women, because things like that just wouldn't ever be thought of. But it can be really, really debilitating. Like, we really need to go inwards and just have to switch off from everything else and just honour our sacred time. Like, I genuinely think it should be a thing. Like, women shouldn't have to like work or really do much during their period if they don't feel able to. You know, I really just don't think they should, because our energy can be so consumed with what we're having to go through that how the hell do you have energy to do other stuff? Well, I, as a sensitive person, I definitely wouldn't. Yeah, I know, I gotta add a little humour into it, guys, but yeah, because back to that point of like, do you accept or reject your monthly cycle? Because I know, and if you probably speak to other women in your life, L for Prime Minister, I'll be a spiritual Prime Minister. You know, I'll just create my own little community and world, you know, not in the system. It'll be like, you know, if you want to live in this just a chilled way, I'm all for it. But yeah, like, a lot of us women, we will obviously complain about our pain or the inconvenience, or, you know, hating our time of the month. And obviously we are entitled to, because if you're feeling something, you're feeling it. But I want to encourage you all to have like a healthier relationship with your body, with your feminine functions, and changing our mindsets to see the gift in the menstruation that our bodies go through, and embracing those changes so that we can go through you know, that each month, and then passing that on to like the younger generations too as well. You know, whether it be like, you might have younger siblings, cousins, family, or in the future like your children, to pass on more of that healthy mindset and relationship to our body and our cycle. I just think it's so important. So that is part of like why I titled this video like Moontime Celebration, because it's learning to celebrate ourselves and our blessing every month that, hey, my reproductive system is working, you know, and just kind of changing the mindset on that, and allowing yourself, yeah, to slow down, listen to your body. You know, what pain are you feeling, what emotions, what traumas are coming up for healing and to be released, and to give yourself and create a safe space for you to do that with. And questions, you know, like to ask yourself, are you making time for yourself, you know, to be present? Do you ask for help? Are you, what did I write? Oh, are you educating your partner and family on how they need to help and support you? And do you allow your body to rest when tired, or do you push against it? And do you try to continue in busy mode? You know, there's a lot of women, I should imagine, like especially like in kind of like corporate worlds or like really busy work environments, and it's like that probably don't allow themselves like that downtime, or just keep pushing and are more in the masculine energy, and then they may find that they then have trouble with their cycle, because they're not allowing themselves to tune in and listen to what their body's actually calling for. Because your body crying out like in pain or suffering is its way of trying to get your attention, because you probably haven't tuned into the cues of what it may need otherwise. And, you know, are you eating what your body needs? You know, does your body have enough nutrients, vitamins, minerals, everything it needs? Are you spending enough time in nature? And sunlight, are you getting enough sunlight? I know here in the UK it's really, really hard to get sunlight like in most of the year. We'd be lucky if we get a few months of decent weather. So like other places in the world that might be a lot easier, but I'm saying it because like for me, being here, it is quite a thing. Not having enough sunlight makes it just so hard to function or do anything. And you'll probably notice as well, you have less problems with your period when you have more vitamin D and sunlight exposure. Whereas when you don't in winter months, it's often a lot harder. So, you know, ways we can just celebrate as well. As I mentioned, that having your period means your reproductive system is working. You're living in sync with your cycle. And once you do that and you learn about your cycle, you kind of have power and control over your body. So if you know, for instance, like that 1 week out of the month, you're going to be more energized maybe, or you might feel a bit better, that is your time to, you know, your ovulation, for instance, that's your time to do more or to be more sociable. The week or two before your period, you're going to be in your premenstrual phase. Don't overcommit yourself, you know, you may feel a bit more tired. Then when your period comes, you're going to need your rest. It's your time to rest and rebirth and be reborn again. So when you follow and live by that, that is empowering yourself, okay? And yeah, you get to have that monthly release and rebirth, which is really special. And celebrating and honoring your body and its needs. So little things, guys, it doesn't have to be anything huge. You might want to paint your nails red. You might want to wear something red or pink. Like I literally brought pink and red period underwear, like 100% cotton ones, because I just didn't want to use products anymore and stuff. And again, it was just coordinating the colors, because color is healing too, you know, eating your strawberries or your berries. I've also got, let me just show you, like my rose essential oil here as well, which is really calming, and it's again that feminine energy to embrace it. Or if you're feeling a bit really low on energy, we've got grapefruit, again the kind of pink colour, but that's more uplifting. It's whatever works for you. You might want to embrace a red crystal, you might want to have red towels for that time of the month, you might want to have a red blanket. It's things you might not have thought of, but actually can be really powerful to like embrace that goddess feminine energy within yourself. So yeah, and also staying in bed, the simple things, don't underrate it. Like staying in bed is actually celebrating yourself, because if you need that rest, you need to have it. And connecting with other women again like this, or maybe in person, and just celebrating that special time and being comfortable, and not feeling shame or embarrassment to actually talk about your moon time together, or you might want to share stories, and just taking a pause from busy life, you know, and just don't be afraid to pull back. Pull yourself maybe some oracle cards, you know, for guidance. Listen to your dreams, your intuition. You might want to make yourself a hot cacao even, maybe a hot chocolate if you don't like the cacao, but that's the more organic kind of one that's better for you. It's got loads of health benefits. But yeah, share your stories with other women, or if you have daughters, like share it with them, teach them about it, embrace it. You know, in a lot of cultures they do that more, and they do honor, especially like Native American traditional culture. I've read about in a lot of like my women kind of healing books and stuff, and it really talks about, I might do a separate video on that, but how, you know, they go off to like the little moon lodge and have their time away, and that, you know, they don't have to do all the kind of heavy work and duties and cooking of like everyday life. They can just literally go away for their time out, and I just think that's incredible. I definitely kind of embrace that in my life. So even like if I can be organized, I might prep some of my food before. I just know I'm gonna rest. Do you know what I mean? I don't even pressure myself. I'm like, no, that's it. I will rest. I'm not really gonna do anything. This is just like my time. Even when it comes down to like healings and readings and stuff, I just probably will try not to exactly do them when I'm at my lowest energy point like that. I'll generally wait till after my moon time, because again, it's like honoring your time for you, although your intuition can be a lot more heightened at that point. But yeah, there are so many ways that you can honor yourself. Yoga, stretching. Some people might even just want to get up and dance and just like move your body in a way that feels good to you, kind of like slowly and calmly, because you might not have loads of energy. But there's so many ways, and I honestly think it's incredible. Like my goal and vision for the future will be to literally have like a red kind of tent, and like invite women every month at the full moon, and we can just go around and like, because obviously it's just me now talking to myself, but you know, go around and you share what's coming up for them at that time, do little healings and little readings for people, you know, like a meditation. And I just think creating that kind of safe space is just something amazing, and I definitely want to aim for that. And I also want to say, before I go on to do some little readings now, I think it will be an amazing thing if we all created our own kind of like self-care box. So if anyone does this already, I mean, I'd love to hear about it. But yeah, I feel like having a box that every month you can go to, and you know it's like, your moontime box, and you could literally fill it with like your oils, maybe some dark chocolate, your books, maybe some blankets, like a hot water bottle. Do you know what I mean? Just things that are going to comfort you, and you've got there to celebrate. And it's like, you know, like a self-care box for yourself, but literally just like designated for your time of the, like your moon time. I think that'll be an incredible idea. So little things like that you can do that create that positive mindset associating to your moon time is super, super special. So you can let me know in the comments and stuff if this information is helpful, is resonating for you all. And also if any of you are aligning right now with this red moon cycle too. I'd love to know. And then I'm just going to get some of my cards ready. So it won't be a moment. Okay, if there is anyone on here that would like just a little mini card pull, just for some guidance in your life, just drop in the comments and I will see what I can tune into for you. These are just mini ones. Obviously we can do a more in depth, but that's like a one-to-one, and obviously this is live, so it's got to be stuff that I can channel to you that's appropriate. So, let me just check the chat. While I'm waiting, I'm just going to tune in anyway and I'm going to see for April what message anyway that's going to come up. Okay, April card that's actually just come out for April, interestingly, is the, oh god, I'm dropping it, is this adventure card. So I think there's going to be some adventure for the month of April ahead, or if maybe this might be for general people that are actually tuning in, maybe you need some more adventure in your life. Maybe you need to take a step out of the everyday kind of routine and try something new, try something different, go somewhere you haven't been and explore. Okay, I'm just getting one through. Let's have a look. Misty. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just like kind of tuning into your energy here, so you might have to like verify. You can just like yes, no, not sure. Yeah, Misty, I'm just like, I'm getting for you. I don't think I know you. But yeah, I've just written down Cornwall. I'm not actually sure if you are based in the UK or not. I've written down the name Joseph. I don't know if there's a Joseph around you. Maybe relevant. And I'm also just seeing you playing like a guitar or some kind of guitar that's also of significance. And did you use some kind of grater today? Like I'm seeing you know, like a grater. It's so random, I know. I'm also just gonna pull a card for you. Yeah, I felt like this might have been your first time on one of the lives, or new to the channel, but I love that when I get to connect with new people. And I also want to say the name Jessica to you too. Let's have a look. What cards are going to come out? Okay. Oh my gosh, interesting. Ooh. Okay, so this card came out for you again, which is funny because the first one I pulled out was adventure, wasn't it? It's like a collective one. Then you've also got this card, number 5. Don't worry as well, this will be re-uploaded, so if you miss anything I've said, just watch it back. But I'm digging the nuggets of nudging. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. So this is a change card for you, which is saying 5 is also the number of change, and I can see 5 people live on here at the moment. No coincidence. But yeah, there's definitely going to be some change taking place for you. And I feel, as I feel into this, I feel land and property. And that's the kind of energy of change I'm feeling on this side of things. Like it's an earth element of change for you, and something in your daily life that may need to change. I'm not sure if you have some kind of move, or you're considering some type of change in that respect to, like, I'm going to say like a geographical kind of location. Hierophant 5, and my life path number is 5-2. You are like a truth seeker and adventurer. That is totally the 5 life path. Like, you will need variety, because you will totally get bored otherwise, won't you? Like, you need to have some kind of change, because I have like quite a few 5s, I think, like even in my names and stuff, not like as one of my core numbers, but in my names. And I get totally bored easily, so you'll probably find that. But I definitely feel, I keep saying land, so I'm really wanting to say some type of change here for you. Okay, some type of change with that. Foundational, yes, creating new things from where I am. Okay, perfect. And yeah, okay, were you in the UK then or not? Because I want to know why Cornwall came up for you. Right, your second one that you got, interestingly too, was this card, which is all about physical activity. So this is telling me, like, there's just a bit more of a need for movement for you at the moment, you know, having that bit more outdoors time, maybe starting a bit more of a routine, just so you know that physical energy is flowing. Because when we find we do more physical activity, it actually makes it easier for things to manifest and create in our lives, because that physical way of moving the energy actually helps energetically and spiritually move and create energy too. So the physical energy card for you as well. So interesting then. Interesting I put Cornwall. Maybe you will come to the UK. Or maybe you're going to have a connection with, or connect with someone in the UK that's maybe in that kind of area too. Interesting. Let's just get you, you're dancing to the music, right? Oh my god. Okay, let's just get you one from the moon deck, because it is full moon. So, and thank you for joining, because I know there's a time difference for you, so that's really cool. Oh, also just to say as well, because you're a life path 5, before I pull you this card, let me just calculate for you. So if I believe correctly, one sec. Yeah, June will be your kind of like time. June will be a big month for you this year, because June will be a universal 5 month. Okay, so you will be at the forefront of that month, you know, things, whether you're on that higher side of the 5 energy or the lower side, depending how you experience it. And again, probably things coming up to do with travel, movement, your freedom, and wanting to express yourself, that will come through in June for you. There'll be a lot going on in June, so keep grounded in that energy. Releasing stuff, being present. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay, let's just grab you one more, and then anyone else on here who would like your mini reading, please just drop in the comments. So Misty, let's just get a moon card. Oof, they just fell out, so let's have a look. Ooh, this is so nice. And again, this is an earth element card, right? Okay, and there's a person in a boat and they're steering along some water, but there's like these golden kind of balls, and I feel like you've got some rewards that are going to come in for you. You've been steering like some really difficult, deep kind of emotions. You've been on a bit of a, you know, emotional journey, but there is some reward. I literally almost want to say like some gold to collect in. And the message with this is, I do not fear the night, because the moon is ever burning candle in the darkness. So it's like not to fear the dark times, because, you know, there's still that brightness above from the universe that is guiding you and wanting to connect and work with you. So you see there as like pushing along those heavy waters, but then collecting in all that. So I definitely feel like there's things to be collected for you coming up. I'm feeling more connected. The boat person resonates super deep. Okay, and one other one did fall out with it too. So again, guys, like when I do these, it's what cards will just come out or what I feel to say. Like some people's might just be like you know, one card, that's it. Other times, sometimes more messages come out. Okay, this one, I let my dreams float away because I know that the moon will catch them. This again is confirmation for you. Beautiful image. The universe does have your back, okay? And sometimes we cannot, when we're trying to manifest or bring things into our life, we cannot control every single point. Like, we cannot control exactly the who, what, where, when, and why. We just have to know, like, we have this dream, we have this vision, we've been active about it, but then we kind of surrender some of that control over. The universe kind of captures it and will deliver in divine timing, okay? So that is also that message with that. So I do feel like, you know, there are amazing things out there for you to come. They might seem a little bit far away at the moment, but they're definitely yours to have within your reach. Let me just have a quick look. Hold on. And let my dreams float away because I know that the moon will catch them. Okay, I know you said Florida, but I'm just saying like San Diego. I feel like that's somewhere in America, but I don't know. But I'm just going to say that randomly. It just came into my mind for you. But just really keep your vision and keep your dreams. Because, yes, I feel like a lot of change for you, but big things are about to come in. Blessings, you're beautiful light. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you can stay on the call, but I hope you'll come on to more calls too and connect again. And there's loads of content on my channel. I hope it will help you, and maybe I'll do a 5 life path video too, because yeah, seeing a lot more 5s come up recently, so that's really interesting. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Okay, there is someone else who just put, can you tell me my marriage life? So if you're still on the call and you have your question around relationship, maybe you will go visiting there, because it came up, and there's like how many states in America, and that one came to mind, so might be something there for you. Okay, yeah, Alka, if you are on the call still, let me know. Zoe, yes, that's fine. Let's just confirm if this person is still on the call before I tune into their energy, because I'm only going to do it if they're live on the call. I totally will unsubscribe. Thank you. Yeah, okay, so the person, Alka, if I've said it right, with the marriage question, if you're still on the call, drop in comments. Drop in the comments now so I can confirm, and I'll tune in and see what picking up for you. If not, I'm gonna move on to Zoe. Yes, you're on the call. Okay, right. So you have a question around relationship. Okay. If you could just also, if you don't mind, giving me your date of birth. Your date of birth, please. Yeah? Okay. Right. Okay, hold on. So just give me 1-2 moments. I'm just gonna tune into this for you. Okay, so interestingly, you are a life path number 4, okay? So in this life, you're here to work on your heart. So it's funny you mentioned about the relationships. Your heart chakra is a focus for you in this lifetime. You know, building a strong foundation will be for you too. So matters of like home and family will always be of importance. If the person you're interested in or with, if you want to send me their date of birth too, I can just have a quick look and see on compatibility wise. But I actually feel like there's a choice of 2. I wrote that down. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I feel like when I say a choice of 2, it's almost like 2. It could be that doesn't have to per se be 2 people, but it's like 2 directions you feel to go in. I feel like one, maybe the one that your family approves of, and the other may be the one that you're actually more drawn to. And then coming back to that heart area, is it's like, well, what's your tuning into your heart? What's your heart telling you to do? What's your soul telling you to do? What's your intuition telling you to do? Then this card came out, one card came out for you, which is about synchronicity. So that's when you'll start seeing signs and messages from the universe that you're on the right path. So a really good way is if you're like in a relationship, but you feel like there's just so many obstacles, so many hurdles, like you're maybe not feeling happy about it, you might be getting signs that are telling you it's not the right path, or maybe there's a lot of synchronicity affirming for you that it could be the right path that you are on. Okay, so April will be, you know, of all the months this year, April, just coming up this April, that will be a very important time for you. That's going to be your power month of the year, will be April, because it's a universal 4 month. And again, matters of the heart, matters of the home, those kind of issues will come up in that month for you. So I've also got this card just come out for you, which is about personal growth. So it's actually a time for you to work on maybe some healing and growth on yourself, to actually really align with what it is you want. Because sometimes when we're like relationships or we're thinking of others, actually we need to reconnect back to us and find what's working for us, what resonates with us, what isn't working for us. And sometimes only by being in certain relationships you're gonna know that. Do you know what I mean? That will come to light, actually what it is deep down you're maybe wanting. And maybe that might take a few relationships for you to actually know what it is you want and feel. Let me know if this is resonating for you, please. And it's funny because the minute I started tuning into your energy, I do feel like I actually feel a tightness on my chest. So I don't know if you've been feeling that, but I feel like a tightness, like a bit of pain, but more of just like a tense feeling across here. So I don't know if this situation is giving you a lot of like a very tense feeling at the moment. You have to let me know, because I feel it in my chest for you. Okay, yeah, easing up a bit of control. So it's like allowing the universe to kind of help and guide you with things. Back to that synchronicity card, because this one again here is like the light is actually here on earth, and then it's trusting like in the universe to bring your dreams back to you. You know, we can't control everything, we can't control everyone. The only thing we can control is like us, you know, how we feel, our emotions, how we behave, how we react. But yeah, there might be some kind of control thing, I'm going to say, with the other person involved with this, potentially. But this card is reminding you to just stay grounded and focused more on your own energy, because we can't control another. You have to allow the universe to let your dreams, you know, what it is really for you that's going to align for you, to come back to you. Please let me know. This is also going to be recorded so you can watch it back. Can I continue with my relationship? Now, if you know anything about me, and when I do readings for people, I will always encourage you to empower yourself. because I see it a lot when people go for readings, or you know, people would tell them this, tell them that, and deep down you have control of your destiny. So you make your choices, so you could choose if you wish to continue something. You know, does it feel right for you? Are you happy? You know, is it bringing you happiness or joy? Is it what you really want? They're the questions you have to tune in to yourself to feel like if you can continue. Okay, you know, because people could tell you yes, people could tell you no, but that is kind of irrelevant. It's what you feel. But I do feel like by April, if you haven't already decided what you're going to be doing, that will definitely be happening for you. And also because we are on this full moon and it's an eclipse, a lot of change happening now. So if something isn't for your highest good, if it's not serving you for your highest good, it's probably, the universe is probably going to give you signs, and it will, you know, you maybe need to release and let go of that and focus on some of your own healing, you know. But I will also say this, when I calculated your numbers for you, yeah, probably up until 40, the age 40, up until then, you may find things a bit more challenging. I feel like once you hit 40, that's quite a significant turning point for you. So things maybe probably you will feel a lot more maybe stable and grounded after that kind of age. Not to say you won't before, but that'll be, you know, quite a significant time. Anyway, I hope this does make sense for you. If it's something that you know, you want to look more into, then yeah, one-to-one is probably better for you. But as I say, it's about empowering you to be confident in yourself and to honor your own intuition and your own feelings. So if something doesn't feel right for you, then you know, listen to your gut. You know, how does your stomach feel? I can feel this really tense feeling in my chest. So I'm gonna say on that I think there's a lot of stress, that you're feeling a lot of stress and anxiety and worry. So you have to listen to your body. If you're not feeling great, that is a sign from the universe. You need to listen to that and do what is going to feel good for you. So thank you. I'm just gonna check. Let me know if that makes sense for you. Zoe, are you still on the call? Because I can do your cards next. And anyone else, you let me know too if you're on the call. Anyway, I hope you received that article with, you know, love. And I mean all of that in the best possible way. But it is really about empowering you. You're most welcome. Thank you. We want the best for you, of course. So let's have a look. Yeah, also just to mention as well, you might find as well, you know, if you look up some stuff, because you're life path number 4, if you look up some information on that or watch, you know, some content, that will help you maybe understand your purpose and your purpose a little bit more, give you a bit more insight into you and how you feel and things. Okay, right, who else is still on here? Who am I going to read for next? Yes, okay, let's have a look for you. What's going to come out? Zoe. Oh my gosh, interesting. Okay, you got the parenting card. Right, so this is really interesting. So this is about parenting, but I'm also going to say, like, even reparenting yourself to new ways and new things that feel right for you, or looking at maybe relationship with your parenting, or are you taking on a parenting role with others? That's really interesting that has come up. But yellow is also that color connected to our inner child as well. So that might be, you know, something to like dig into, bit of healing work on the inner child maybe, or parenting. Interesting. Or like with childlike figures in your life, you know, ways of parenting that might kind of work for them too. Let's see what the messages are going to come out for you. Okay. Right, 2 have just dropped out there. Right, let's have a look. Ooh, okay, you've got the teaching and learning card. Right, so this is going to be kind of a new time for you, and this means like there might be like a job role change, or you might be going into something new around teaching and learning. So maybe some stuff you've learned, you might then go into more of maybe a teaching role. And it can be like student teacher roles reverse sometimes, like maybe you'll be the one learning something new, or maybe you're going to be that one sharing it. I feel for you though, it might be a bit of both. You might be in a bit of both of those roles. You can let me know in the comments if it's resonating for you. But that's very interesting. You got that card. Then the second card that kind of flew out for you, really interesting because of the theme of things tonight, is the self-love card. So this is really kind of like the whole of the conversation before that we, you know, were talking about and honouring ourselves. This is really interesting for you because this is really a time for you to reconnect to you and self-love. And I feel like as well for other people on, you know, the call, that it's probably a theme because sometimes a lot of these messages come up. You'll often find, even though people might not say it in comments, or maybe people that are watching that aren't active in the comments, but I know from doing this in group settings a lot, sometimes messages come up that can be similar themes in other people's lives too. So self-love, definitely. So it's not just, you know, what does self-love look like for you? Where do you need to love yourself more? Because that same energy you give to others and showing love, you've got to give it to yourself. And self-love is in all areas of your life, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So that's a huge reminder from the universe. You know, I would say the cards kind of don't lie because you can see how many cards there are. It's no coincidence this is the one that's come out for you. Then let's just get you one from the moon deck as well. And if anyone else would like a mini reading, let me know in the comments. Okay, right, let's see what's going to come from the moon. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, okay. Colours in this card are really nice. Green and gold. Ooh. I feel like you need a time of rest because this moon is positioned like literally on a fluffy bed of clouds, and it looks really nice and well supported, but I do feel like maybe you need a bit more of a support system, or you've got to be more of a support system for yourself. The message on it says, I know that every star has the power to shine forever, just like me. So in order to be an eternal shining star, you know, you got to kind of like be plugged into a power supply to do that kind of thing. But yeah, you'll see on there, you see how like this kind of fluffy, you know, fluffy kind of clouds are like supporting. You definitely need some more, I'd say, rest with that, and support. And down, maybe a bit of downtime is the word I'm looking for too. Right, and then I have to write it down. Yeah, deep rest, and that's where the healing happens as well. Because if you're ever in a place where it's like physical healing you need, mental or emotional, when you actually rest and allow your body to switch off and rest, that's when like the cells can recharge, spirit can come through, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, and they can actually help with your healing too. But it's really important to rest. Then I've just written down, literally so random, but I've written it down for you, Tiger Woods. Now I know that's like a golf kind of person, but I've had to write that down, Tiger Woods. So I don't know if, I'm not sure if that's like a saying for something or resembling a kind of person or something like that, or a situation, but I've got to put that down. And I feel like you're gonna have kind of like an epiphany moment that's gonna come through, where you're just gonna literally get it like channeled to you, like an epiphany moment of something, and it's, yeah, like new thought, new idea, epiphany moment. And then I'm writing down solitaire. Again, I don't know the meaning of that, so I just got to pass the message on as it comes. And then I'm writing down a comfort blanket. Don't know if you have a comfort blanket, or maybe you need a comfort blanket, okay? But those are your messages, so I'll just show you those again. So you got that one, you got self-love card, you got teaching and learning card, and you got the parenting card. So I will let you embrace on those messages, and I also just want to say maybe you need a little softer touch with things. It's just come through like that for me to say. So yeah. I hope that kind of makes some sense and resonates for you. Okay, anyone else on the live that would like theirs done before I'm kind of, probably my energy will go shortly? Let me know in the comments. Oh, you're most welcome. I like just to be able to connect with people and help people, you know, because even just doing this, you know, it just brings, you know, a bit of light and healing to people's day, doesn't it? And you know, sometimes we can be going through really difficult times, so it's nice, you know, just sometimes you get that little uplifting message, or you get to connect with others, and sometimes you just don't. I always say, when you're kind to others, you just never really know the impact that could have on that person's life or where they're at the moment. And that is my kind of purpose in life, you know, to be of service to others, to help others. Yeah, it brings me a lot of joy and happiness to be able to do that. So yeah, I'm just going to check the chat. If anyone else would like theirs done, then just drop in the comments. I know it's a little bit slow sometimes to upload. Wait, I thought I just typed a comment. Maybe I did. Oh, see, me and technology, guys. It's telling me I have a new message, but I can't see it. Oh, wait, was it the one I typed? I just don't know sometimes, so... And yeah, I guess if you found like today's video and stuff helpful, I really hope so, because I'm gonna try and commit now to like at least every full moon, you know, to do a live and just embrace the energies, you know, do some little readings just to help people where I can, because it's like empowering, but I also do want to, you know, create that kind of like community feel. So like no matter where people are in the world, you can still connect, you can still get healing, you know, help empower each other. That's what it's all about. Right, I don't know, this message has come out, but maybe it's for someone, because this literally, I was just shuffling around with these and this card has literally come out and it does say relationship change. So that can mean some kind of relationship is about to change within your life. Maybe that's like with your family, your friends, your loved ones, but there's definitely like some shifts and changes, which does tie into this eclipse energy too, which brings forward a lot of changes. Even at the beginning of the call, we did speak about, you know, change as well. It came up in someone else's message, like that energy of change. And often that's when we can get trapped in a lot of fear, is literally just before we have to make changes, because it's fearful, the unknown, you know. We're programmed to kind of be like, you know, anything that's causing us fear we'll tend to avoid or, you know, move away from. But actually, once you kind of overcome that fear, it can be really like powerful and liberating for you as well, can't it? So I just had to share that one too. Let's get one more moon card out for the evening, because no one else has requested a reading. So I'll just get a message for us to finish up on. Ooh. Right, I sail on the moonlit sea towards my bright abundant future. So again, it's about sailing in that right direction, isn't it? It's about going in the direction that is going to create you that abundant future, and being guided by the divine light from above. So connecting with nature, connecting with your spirit team, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, to help guide you on that path. And don't be afraid, we all have them. Like, ask them for help, ask them for guidance. You know, no request, as I always say and I've learned, no request goes unanswered. So if you feel like you don't know the way, you haven't got the way, don't be afraid. You've got nothing to lose. Ask them to help you, to show you guidance. Always for your highest good though, include that. But they will guide you towards the right path, okay, and that abundant future. So that is tonight's kind of closing message on here. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see it on there, but there we go. It's about a bright future. So a lot of positive messages coming through, you know, these turbulent changes can really help us align and move forward to our bright futures. So I hope that resonates, guys. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that has came onto the live today, has supported me, the channel, and I'm grateful for you all. So you will all get lots of love and blessings from me and my spirit team above. We're sending you out loads of love and good vibes. So I hope this time won't be too intense for you going forward, but I will do some more videos soon to help us, you know, stay on track and in alignment with the energy that is right for us. So have an amazing evening under the moon. I hope that it's out. I'm going to be kind of sad if it's not. But yeah, thank you so much everyone, and look forward to connecting again soon. Bye.